this is a week after they dumped it. And it was dumped all in this flat here, like the whole thing. They just opened the hose and just drove around this whole flat.
Last week, about Tuesday, Paul Stevens, the regional housing manager, who was a temporary service manager, came out and said to me that we had 2 septic tanks that need to be emptied. I explained to him that we don't have the resources or the equipment to dispose of this raw sewage correctly, and he asked me how did we go about it previously with the previous service manager, and I explained to him that we engaged Rick's Plumbing from Alice Springs, their contractors, to come out with their septic tank and pump out 3 or 4 houses around the community and then take it back to Alice Springs to be disposed of in the correct manner. His answer to me was that the backhoe can't come out until tomorrow, the next day, and we need to pump today. And I said to him, look, you know, we can't dispose of it properly because we need to dig trenches and things like that, and we didn't have the backhoe at the time. So I told him that I didn't want any part of it. He said that's fine. He's got 2 other guys that were going to do it, and they were contractors. One was from Alice Springs and one was from Tennant Creek. So they went out and they started pumping the septic with the old trailer and the old tank we've got. It's a 500 litre tank with an old water pump, which is the ones you've got to prime the shit out of to get it going, and then you get it sucking up. They couldn't get it working, so we got it working for them, and then I walked away. What they did to dispose of it once they filled up their tank was to drive around in circles around the rubbish dump and just opened up the tank and just drove around and around in circles. Once it was all empty, they just drove through the community with the tap still on. So a lot of the sewage still ran out on the road throughout the communities. So that's what happened there. And then the very next day, that afternoon, one of those contractors had to be flown out because he was really, really sick and wasn't in a good way. So the very next day, I see that the Barkly Shire brought out a backhoe, which is, we're talking, last week. They brought the backhoe out, and since then the backhoe hasn't moved from the yard. It's still sitting there. Yeah. So we've still got our raw sewage sitting out the dump today, which is, almost 7 days after they've dumped it. And they do have the equipment here. And as you can see from the weather, it's definitely not the weather that's stopping them from going out there to clean up this mess. Now,